Hello, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining Wout Florin and myself, Israel Garcia, in this fantastic opportunity to ask questions about iText Dito and microservices to the Director of Operations at Cymo. Wout,
Hi,
thank you, welcome.
hi everybody.
So, but before we go ahead with the question, actually, let me tell you very quickly. Let me introduce iText
Hello,
software.
hello and welcome. Thank
Many
you for
recognize
joining
iText
Wout
SDK as an
Florin and
open source
myself.
project. We have been in the market for more than 20 years generating PDF. It's a fantastic tool set to generate PDFs. We do much more than just generating PDF. Actually, is we enable you in your digital document processes. Is we enable you to use your own data to generate customized PDF for better communication with your customers, with your employees. We help you to design, maintain your PDF templates, even extract information from PDF with no coding experience needed. Okay, actually, is we have more than 125 million users worldwide. Is 15,000 downloads daily. We support PDFA, PDF UA, and we have a very large number of add-ons for processing your PDF documents. Is we have a very powerful product portfolio, and today we would like to talk about one of the products in here, which is iText Dito, and how that is being used by partners. So I think is with more delay, actually we go to the question straight away. Woods, it's like, so tell me all about Simo. What is it that you do?
All right, thank you, Israel. So, indeed, let me briefly explain you what we are doing at Cymo and so on. So you see that already our catchphrase: "We make your event-driven life easier." So we're a company with a big passion for event-driven architecture and everything what has to do with it. To briefly summarize what event-driven architecture is, it's actually a way, a software architecture to communicate asynchronously between application and services, but not by communicating state as most of the interfaces are doing and telling them this is my current state of my application. No, it's really about communicating behavior and business events based on business events. So this has a lot of benefits, of course, for your business environment, but for your team, IT environment as well. So being loosely coupled both on product side as on development side. So communicating asynchronously, make sure that you are loosely coupled, you are able to scale independently as you want. So what do we do exactly as Cymo with that technology is we help customers to become event driven, and we want to help them in that way of working. We are also building a platform. We're coming back to that a little bit later, and that is why indeed we did the case at Mateco as well with their entire event-driven architecture landscape.
Yeah, I think I sleep on the next slide. I was so excited, I couldn't wait to go to the next slide. So you can tell us a little bit more about Mateco. I mean, who is Mateco, and what are they doing with regards to microservices?
All right. Mateco is actually an international rental and sales company. They rent aerial working platforms, forklifts, scissor lifts, and so on. Also, some ground earth moving equipment like excavators. They have over 150 locations all over the world: Western Europe, Eastern Europe, and South America. Um, and actually, they are active in more than 16 countries, as the slide says as well. But what do they have to do with microservices? So 6 years ago, they decided to do an entire business transformation process, a program, to align on branding, to align on processes, but also on IT system. So they decided to replace all of their different ERP systems which they had all across the globe. They said, okay, let's build something new, sustainable, with the latest and the future-proof technologies. So they started from scratch, and then they said, okay, everything we are not core at, what's not core of for our business, like HR, finance, we all have to do that, but that's not the core of Mateco. That is rental and then doing trades and so on. So everything what is not core for them, they decided to buy an ERP package. It's Dynamics 365 for everything what's not core for them. But everything what is core for them, they decided to build them themselves. They do custom development for their own application landscape, and they do that in a microservice way of thinking. And of course, that is where Cymo comes in to make sure that the data flows and the data is in motion all across those applications and the ERP system. They centrally store all of that data based on business events, so really capturing their business behavior on a central event hub where all that data is gathered in.
Wow, that doesn't sound like an easy task. I mean, getting all the ERPs and merge them all together into centralized one, yeah, that sounds like a big, like a monumental task. So tell me, what IT products do you use at the
So indeed, as you already heard and saw before, that's an international company. They are doing a microservice landscape. So you see, they have a lot of things to do, and of course, one of the main important thing is to make sure that their customers have sufficient and have decent PDFs provided to them. But in the microservice landscape, of course, that's a little bit difficult because all of the data is spread across all of those microservices. There is where the beauty comes in when you talk about generating those PDFs connected to that event hub that is centrally used in that microservice landscape. So we decided, of course, next to the fact that we wanted to generate documents, we also have to design those documents. And of course, we came immediately to iText Ditto, where you are able to generate all of those templates, design it in your own way. Of course, it had to be multi-language. iText Ditto all supports that kind of things. It's very easy to use, and it's perfectly for the situation that Mateco is currently in.
Thank you very much. And actually, this is a case, where you go everything architected in Azure services. So very good example in here. So why did you choose iText, and how was the experience so far?
Yeah. So at Mateco, where we were also working as consultants, we saw we have a big IT organization. It's over 100 developers, and iText library, so iText as such, the SDK was already known by a lot of technical people. I already know about that. So of course, we contacted iText to see whether they could help us as well with the next steps for document generation and templating, and resulted quickly that iText Ditto would be the best solution for the Mateco case. The fact that iText Ditto has also the browser-based editor was definitely the benefit for us to go there. All the competition of iText have some fat clients, need to be installed something, it has a footprint, and at Mateco we really had that ID that we like to call zero touch, zero footprint. And then with iText, this was for sure the case. So working together with iText was as well seamlessly. It's flexible, so very happy to work with you.
Actually, we are happy to work with you too, and actually we are happy that one of the efforts that we put on this user interface, is paying off. Especially in your case.
Yep.
So next question: what is your SIMO product all about?
Yeah, so the Cymo product, which I briefly touched at the beginning, it's the Cymo platform is really about maximizing the value that the customer has when he has a event-driven architecture implemented. It goes from foundation, starting at the fact that he wants to start with event-driven architecture, so we have your foundation ready, and but of course also to make sure that you have visibility through all of your business events that are flowing around there. But next to that, and of course more applicable for what we are talking about here, we also created a managed service of the iText Ditto solution for Mateco. It had to be scalable and so on, making sure that it's connected to your event-driven architecture and gathering all of that data and making sure that it's all present for the iText service to generate that document.
Yeah, actually, it doesn't look like simple to me. It looks like very complex. So actually, is by you having it already as a package, and you can provide it to your customers. Is you are saving a lot of time and money, because
Voilà.
nowadays is time is money.
Indeed.
So definitely, if you are thinking of implementing something similar to these microservices, please get in contact with the Cymo team. Definitely.
Indeed.
Um, what is next? What is next for iText Ditto and Cymo? What are the plans?
So as you indeed mentioned, we are hosting iText Ditto as a managed service towards our customer to indeed
Fantastic.
to relieve them from their concerns and make sure that can focus on their business. we are looking at, together with iText, how we can strengthen our partnership. So we are a partner of iText, so we make sure that we combine our forces a little bit more. Let's call it like that, to make sure that we help each other in growing across the globe, of course.
Yes, because actually that's a point I made in some of the previous sessions. With iText, you don't get just a product. Actually, you get access to this ecosystem of partners. And I think Cymo is a very good example. Very knowledgeable. They had done it before. They had done it for international companies, for global companies. So if you are looking for some of this know-how, is definitely in the iText ecosystem. You can find it. We can put you in contact with the Cymos or similar partners. I think this is all that we have time for. Is if you want to ask more questions, please join us at the Ask Me Anything session that we have later today. Actually, yeah, if you want to try iTextito, please scan the QR code that you have on the screen right now, and you can request a trial for iTextito. As I said, is join me and join Wood, to this on this Ask Me Anything session that we have later on. And once again, thank you for joining us, and thank you, Wood. Thank you for this fantastic interview. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, with our customers here in our customers event, and thank you for making it so interesting.
Well,
Uh,
thank you
that's
for
all we have.
having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Talk to you later, guys. Thank you.